Welcome. My name is Beth Novak. I'm a professor at the NYU Tannen School of Engineering and the director of the Governance Lab. I want to invite you to a day-long workshop taking place on November 6th at 10 a.m. at the Barcelona Activa offices to focus on developing the mindset and the skill set of what we call the public entrepreneur. Native Spanish-speaking faculty from the GovLab will lead this day-long live session, which will be followed by a series of online coaching sessions that are designed to help you with your own work and accelerate the implementation of your own projects. The coaching sessions will offer mentoring of your projects by skills and subject matter experts from all around the world. What is the public entrepreneur? Public entrepreneurs are those passionate problem solvers, people like you who work in the public interest, but who work differently than we've done in the past. Namely, we use new technology and innovative methods to get smarter. Smarter both from newly available open data, and smarter also from other people. Smarter from other civil servants, from citizens or global experts, that allow us to become more effective at solving public problems more quickly. We start from the proposition that expertise is widely distributed in society. And to be clear, by expertise, I don't just mean academic credentials. What I mean is expertise in its very broadest sense, to include lived experience and know-how. For example, someone who resides in a community, commutes to work, uses its roads, uses city services in a community, that person has a great deal of expertise about what it means to live in a place. The family that cares for the patient with Alzheimer's or diabetes has a great deal of know-how about what it means to live with that condition successfully. So imagine, if it's to public servants, we have the ability to tap into that experience and their expertise to focus the most creative minds in our own communities and around the world on improving our own cities. Imagine if we could connect with the data scientist or the doctor, the technologist, the urban planner, or the artist, those with diverse backgrounds and experience, and if we could talk to them to help devise better solutions to problems. Imagine if we can expedite the pathway between innovative ideas and implementable policies and services. I believe that every community, no matter its size, should have access to the most innovative and implementable strategies for solving public problems. That's why when President Obama on his first day in office issued the executive memorandum on open government, the very first thing we did was to reach out to civil servants and to citizens for ideas on what should be in that policy. That's why we created challenge.gov, a website to allow agencies to ask hard questions of the public and get good answers. That's why this year Monterrey, Mexico, and Costa Rica have both co-created the design and implementation of new services with their citizens. That's why in South Australia, they've devoted $40 million in participatory budgeting to allow citizens to decide how that money should get spent. And why the Alternative Party in Denmark is crowdsourcing its party platform through what they call political laboratories that invite all Danes to read policy papers, to meet with experts, and to comment on developing that policy. Fortunately, in the day and age of the internet, the know-how and the creativity we need are often only a mouse click or a video conference call away. World-class expertise, again, understood broadly to include both academic credentials and lived experience, whether it comes from businesses and companies, or whether it comes from university faculty or students, or whether it comes from nonprofits and activists or citizens, can be made more accessible to us through new technology to help us do our own work, if we know how to tap into it effectively and, above all, efficiently. Thus, in this coaching program on public entrepreneurship, our goal is to help you tap into that distributed know-how by learning how to work more openly and more collaboratively, by extending our own capacity as public servants and tapping into global and local and collective intelligence efficiently. We hope in this program to accomplish three things. Three things that in my experience can help us all become more effective at being public entrepreneurs and better public servants. One, we want to help you define the problem that you are trying to solve in the work that you do in order to focus others on helping you. Two, we want to identify and target the audience, the people who can actually help us, be it businesses or nonprofits or academics, or people who might actually already be working on solving the problem. And three, we want to impart strategies, practical strategies for collaboration and co-creation, including crowdsourcing and open innovation, that can help you rapidly identify new ways of solving problems, recruit collaborators, and engage with others, again, to develop solutions and then assess how they're working in practice. Too often, Innovation is equated with a single method or a new cool tool or platform. But there is no one way, there is no one cool tool that's going to lead always to better services or policies in every context. Rather, our goal, working together in this program, is to develop the ability to define the problem, target the audience, and collaborate with them in order to identify which innovations work and in which contexts. That's why we start our coaching session with a rigorous focus on problem definition. It'll be the subject of the next short intro video, and it'll also be what you spend your time on in the day-long session on November 6th. Why do we do that? Well, in short, done right, carefully defining the problem actually enables actionable solutions, as we shall discuss. Defining the problem in a clear and compelling manner creates the shared understanding necessary that we need for collaboration. So no matter who you are, as we all know, the smartest person always works for someone else. And therefore, to invite others to collaborate with us requires clearly defining the problem we're trying to solve together. So in conclusion, why is this urgent? Why is learning the skill set and the mindset of the public entrepreneur so important right now? With half the world living in cities like Barcelona, and that proportion going to increase to 3/4 by 2050, and especially with nation-states increasingly mired in political infighting, cities are becoming the laboratories where issues are really going to be tackled. But as we know, with declining tax revenues and deteriorating fiscal conditions, coupled with increasing volatility of states' financial support, this has put increasing financial pressures on cities to be able to do more with less. And yet at the same time, citizens expect us to do more. Public expectations of what government should do have only risen, even if trust has declined. Thus, we have an opportunity that's really ripe for innovation, to develop new ways of working, to work differently, in order to solve problems faster and in ways that build both legitimacy and effectiveness. If we don't innovate, I'm afraid, if we don't learn how to get out from behind closed doors and to work smarter, informed by both data and collective intelligence, we will fall behind. The greatest asset in any so-called smart city are actually our smart citizens. And as public entrepreneurs, we want to become more agile and more effective at working together to create more effective solutions to our problems, and in the end, by working with diverse citizens to build a stronger democracy. Thank you.